The Spanish G is not one of the most complex sounds, but it does bring its share of difficulties for the English speaker. Fortunately, it has some pretty straightforward pronunciation rules, which is what I'm going to show you in this video. It also shares a lot of similarities with the J or Jota in Spanish. In a previous video, I explained how to pronounce that J, so if you haven't seen that one yet, I'd encourage you to go back and watch that now, because it will help you get the G pronunciation right with certain letter combinations. So the letter G in Spanish is called G. It actually has two sounds though in Spanish, and the first sound we're going to look at is similar to the hard G or G sound in English. The second sound we'll see in this video is exactly like the Jota or the J sound in Spanish. Here's what we'll call the hard G in Spanish. This is the G that makes the G sound in English, like the word good, G, G, good. So in Spanish, you'll know to use this pronunciation when the G comes before the vowels A, O, and U. So for example, ga, gato, go, gordo, gu, gusano. It's also possible to use the G before consonants like R and L, and again this is similar to English. Gracias, globo. So that's simple enough, right? What you see is what you get. Well, let's see what happens to the G sound when it comes before an E or an I, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. In this case, we're going to go back to our J or Jota sound that we learned before. G, gente, gi, girasol. Now there are a few words that combine the two different sounds. So we've got, for example, geografía. Try repeating this after me. Geografía. Can you hear those two different G sounds? Or we've also got gigante. Gigante. So if you've seen the previous video I did on J or Jota, then you'll recognize this GE or GI sound. It's exactly what happens with the J combination too. For example, let's have a look at these. Gente, jefe. It's the same sound, right? Girasol, jirafa. Again, exactly the same sound, different letter, same sound. So remember as well that this J sound does vary in its intensity across the Spanish-speaking world. In some parts of Latin America, it can be very, very guttural, like right from the back of the throat, like in the words jerga or traje. However, in Central America and the Caribbean, it can be a lot softer and much more similar to the English H sound, like jerga or traje, almost like you're just breathing through the letter. If you'd like some more practice with this pronunciation, then go back and watch the video for J or Jota, because we've got more of the same there. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward with this G. You've got the G and the G that is just like the J sound in Spanish, and then you've got the ga, go, gu that is like the hard G or G in English. Before you go, we've got one more rule to add into the mix. Now you might have seen words with these little dot accents over the U before, and this is to show that there is a change in pronunciation. So when we see the U with the dots, we know that there is a change. It's different. Okay, so to illustrate the difference, let's look at the normal GUE or GUI combination in Spanish. G in combination with U and E, like guerra, or G in combination with U and I, like guitarra. This is what you're used to. Notice that the U becomes silent here, so guerra, guitarra. That's the normal situation. Now, what about when you got an accent over the U? Here, it sounds like a combination of G and W in English, like this. Nicaragüense, pinguino, Nicaragüense, pinguino. So what those two dots are telling you is that you're not going to pronounce it like you might if it wasn't there. So you know when you see those double dots there over the U, it's like a gue or a gui. Right, so let's review. Here we have some simple sentences to put into practice the different sounds we've looked at in the video. Have a listen to the sentence from me and then pause the video and try repeating it. El gato siguió al gordo gusano. Los estudiantes de geografía sembraron un girasol. Los nicaragüenses son buena gente. En Playa Gigante pasamos el rato tocando guitarra. Alright then, so to sum up, our pronunciation rules here, we have ga, go, gu. It's like the hard G in English. And then we have je and ji, which is the soft G, like the jota in Spanish. We've also, much more rarely, but we've got the gue and the gui, which is a combination of G and W in English. How do you feel after your Spanish pronunciation workout? To download the complete notes for this lesson, click the link in the video description below, and that will take you to the Spanish Vault where you can sign up for free to get that. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, y nos vemos en el próximo. Hasta luego!